All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Um, I think this is an essential part of your journey. If you guys are already top producers, it's going to get your volume increased more. If you guys are newer, we need to take ownership of all these steps that we've talked about. So when we start the organizational training, I'm always going to cover the basics really quickly of what we've been going over. And if this is your first training, these four things are the main things that you guys should work on to start your business, to get back to basics. Or somebody like me, somebody like me, I mean, I've been a top producing broker for a long time, and I need to get back to basics. So just as a reminder, things we want to focus on. If y'all are questioning why you don't have leads, or why you're not creating a mess, or why people aren't emailing you, texting you, calling you, we need these four steps. Sphere of influence, engage them. Engage your sphere of influence. Set it up in KV Core, engage them. Great time to fish for listings. The real estate market has changed. I think you're going to want to know the current market value of your home, your largest financial asset. I can provide it for you, angle. Call expireds that are 6 to 18 months old, not the new ones. Every broker under the sun is auto robot dialing these things, calling these things. The sellers that recently just couldn't sell their property are frustrated. They don't love us right now. Fish where other brokers are not fishing. Pull your boards, whatever MLS you're on, 6 to 18 months out, expired listings. Holler at them, call them. You guys have scripts, you know what to say. It's quick and easy, it's simple, make a mess, doesn't have to be perfect. The point of the call is, I want to get somebody in there. I can sell your property for top dollar. Let me look at it. That's the nut and bolts. And whatever you want to, put around it and juice it up, that's you. That's all you. 3, online profiles. Make sure your online profiles are consistent. I could tell you right now, vendors, realtors, lawyers, painters, whoever, if your profiles are not up, if you don't have a presence, and if they're not consistent, you will lose business. You will lose tens of thousands. You will lose hundreds of thousands. Profiles. Take the time to plan. Take the time to set up these profiles. Number 4, third-party referral sites. You guys know what they are? If you need them, I can resend them. You can Google them. The main one being OpCity. Get involved with OpCity. We've had so many people in this room that have had unbelievable success with OpCity. So guys, get it. Talk to your managing broker and get it. Nikki's on pace to close probably $4 to $5 million this year just on OpCity. Nikki's going to be a top producer just from OpCity. So let's get on OpCity. Let's make sure we do those 4 things. Okay. Andrew, the expired. So all the MLSs are different, but if you go to the top right, there should be a category, expireds, and you can filter it out for last 7 days, last 30 days, last 2 months, last 3 months. I don't think we should do that. You can also filter them through your MLS, 6 months to 18 months to 2 years back. It takes a little tinkering, but you always can call your MLS board. They're all a little bit different. So I don't want to give you advice. I would say play around on it a little bit for the expireds, and you'll definitely, if you get stuck, call your board. They're phenomenal. They're really good. All the boards are good. Like the MLS is not a great, it's not a great platform. It's not a great platform to share. It's not user friendly, but it's got great relevant information. So definitely give them a holler. So those 4 things we want to focus on. And another non-negotiable is this training. Guys, this is trainings we want you to be at. We understand that things come up, and last week it came up for me, and I had to push the training back. But get here, be here. We always stick to time. We go an hour. We don't go 90 minutes. We don't go 2 hours. We respect your time. Be here. Be here all the time if you can. It's very important because you got other really successful brokers are here. Everybody wants to be successful. We're a team. We're a squad. We're one of the largest organizations inside the fastest growing real estate company in the world, and this training's for you. Training's for you. We're going to get back to basics all the time until we feel we can move forward with some other stuff, but there's always going to be new stuff peppered in. So one thing I wanted to show you guys, if you look to the left, you'll see my face on a screen, and it's called Zenlist. Zenlist is right here on the left, I believe. Yeah. Do you guys all see that? So I'm not going to go through ZenList, but I want to tell you guys, sign up for it. Sign up for ZenList. It is huge. What we're doing here, what our goal is here, is to separate ourselves from all the other brokers in our industry. We want to separate ourselves, always. We want to do better. We want to be better. We want to show them that we're different. This is a phenomenal resource, ZenList. ZenList, basically what it does, it's very user-friendly. It pulls stuff directly from the MLS. It presents data that is so detailed and so specific, the stuff that you guys could look at. I'm talking property information, listing history, mortgage information, taxes, assessments, really laid out really nicely. This is tailor-made for buyers. Buyers are looking right now. Buyers are frustrated. They're very frustrated. How do we separate ourselves? ZenList. Get aboard. This will provide your buyers with private listings. Now, you also get private listings through the MLS, and it siphons into Redfin and Zillow, but there is a delay. And that delay could be huge. It could be the difference between you getting something and you not getting something. It could be the difference between an unrealistic client not wanting to use you anymore because something fell through the cracks, even if it's not really your fault. Understand that when brokers, other brokers, which I disagree with, when they list stuff in the private, they say, not going to show till May 9th. May 1st, it's under contract. April 30th, it's under contract. This will close the gap to some degree. This will allow your clients to see properties as they pop up because, you can't manage all these clients. You can't possibly be on top of every single private listing for all your clients. Let them be on top of it. Invite them. Let them sign up. Let them drive. When they see a private, boom, they can get out to you. If they want to see it, you'll do a quick assessment on it. You can say, listen, it's overpriced. I don't think this is a good move. Or yeah, let's get out there. It gives you those 2 days, those 3 days, those 5 days, those 10 hours that you need. I don't want to get a tangent what brokers are doing, but what they're doing is wrong. In my opinion, every single listing should be on the market for 5 to 6 days minimum. What these brokers are doing, these listing brokers, they're serving themselves. Just like with the nonsense of no open houses, just like the nonsense with sold before processing, it's bullshit. Because if you're really serving your clients, what you would do, this is what Erik does. Most of the clients in my area, they keep a property open for 1 or 2 days. They'll get 5 to 6 people through it. And they'll be like, oh, client, seller, you got a full price offer. Yeah, you got a full price offer on some ridiculous list price that you made up. So what does it even mean? What Erik does, I'm sorry, I'm talking to myself in third person. I let the listing go for 5 days. I get 15 times the people through the property because I'm not serving myself. I host an open house. I'm serving my clients. Typically, my properties get 8 to 10% more because I leave it open. But unfortunately, most brokers don't think like that. Most brokers think, I just want to get it under contract. I want to be done with it and I want to move on. And they're hurting their clients. They're hurting their sellers. But since this is the mindset for a large lion's share of the real estate brokers, we need to play the game a little differently. Sign up for ZenList. It's national. There is a cost to ZenList. I called yesterday. I got it down. It was $535 for the year. It's now $350. That's like $28 a month for you guys to give a VIP website to all of your clients. You can invite them. You could see what they're looking at. I just had a client I just invited. She just hearted 3 properties in Arlington Heights, Illinois that were on the private that she didn't know about. We're going to see them. She'll probably place an offer. Get on ZenList. It's a separator. This makes us different. Something I would strongly encourage. This is the stuff we're looking for. Buyers are angry right now. Buyers are scared. There's buyers that have to go. If buyers don't have to leave their home and can stay a while, I'm telling them to pump the brakes. But all of your clients should be on this. They'll feel special. They are special. Get on ZenList. Number 2, we talked about the expireds, the calling the 6 to 18 months expireds. Definitely a phone call is great. I have buyers in the area. House looks great. The value's changed. Love to bring them through. I think I get you top dollar. Would you be interested in selling? That's kind of the angle. This is a full tiered approach, folks. Every lead's got to be touched 5 to 9 times. If you wonder why your lead follow-up isn't successful, it's because you're not following up hard enough. Most brokers don't follow up. 90% follow up once. Think about how different you are if you follow up 5 to 9 times. They could be all different. It could be a text. It could be an introductory test when you have your smart campaign set up, followed by a phone call, followed by an email, followed by maybe a slide dial that goes right into voicemail, followed up with a letter, followed up with another call and another email. And you set your smart campaigns up. Get your lead follow-up systems in place now, because we are going to get leads. We are going to get organizational leads. We're going to get Facebook leads on the horizon that we've been talking about. That's coming. You guys are going to set up your programs. You're going to do your Make It Rains. You're going to do your property boosts. All of these things work. They all need to be utilized. Do not get married to one strategy. Property boosts are good. Smart campaigns, Make It Rain, letters, calls, slide aisle, texts, all of it. But have a system. When the leads start flowing in, contact 5 a day. That's it. 5 a day. Lock up 9 to 10 o'clock, 10 to 11, 1 to 2, 5 days a week for you to contact 5 leads. Some of this will be automated in your smart campaign. So it's going to work for you. But do the work setting it up. Nikki's showing you how to drive it. There's a lot of KV Core tutorials to enhance what you're doing with your smart campaigns, but spend time setting them up. Spend time, have a cocktail, watch some hoops, watch some shows, watch some Outer Banks. I don't know what you watch, and post up with your laptop in your lap and study KV Core. Do it every night for 30 minutes, 45 minutes. KV Core is going to pay you. So get on it. So I was walking into one of my listings that was actually on the market last year. It was a tough market for certain areas of Chicago, and it didn't sell. We rented it. So there was a letter that one of my fellow top producers sent to my clients. He didn't get it because he's out of town. So I took it. Folks, it's okay. Don't recreate the wheel. Use people's shit. That's what it's there for. This is what the letter said, and it's up there on the right. Dear neighbor, it's a seller's market, and now is a good time to start thinking about selling your home. This would be ideal for folks that listed 6 to 18 months ago. 6 to 18 months ago expired. This would be a perfect time to send them this letter. Dear neighbor, it's a seller's market, and now is a good time to start thinking about selling your home. The value has increased significantly over the past year. Your home should have been sold in the past, but there's no better time than the present. A remarketed home in today's market will allow you to sell for top dollar and quickly. I understand that you're probably frustrated you haven't sold already. So I want to reach out to you and show you exactly what I do differently. Or you could say my real estate team, because folks, we got a lot of sales under our belt. We got hundreds and millions of sales in this organization. We got thousands and thousands of homes. You can say it. You're part of it. You've chosen to join us. We reached out to you. You've been handpicked to join the fastest growing organization, the fastest growing real estate company in the world. Use that. Or my real estate team has sold, you could just say my real estate team, has sold hundreds of homes, thousands of homes, many in a fraction of the time they were listed with other brokers. Maybe in a fraction of the time they were listed with other brokers. It's a great line. I know what it takes. We can successfully market your home without much disturbance to you with our Coming Soon program. Call or text me. I will upload that letter so you guys will see it, but this is just another tool that we can use to reach out to those expireds, the older expireds. It's a very, very viable source. So just recapping, and then we're going to turn it over to Nikki. Nikki is going to talk more about some leads. We are going to do something with a live listing. I mean, I don't even know. I'm excited about it. And again, recapping really quickly. Sphere of influence, fish for listings. Call or write your expireds that are 6 to 18 months old, the old ones, where other brokers aren't fishing. Fish in a different pond. There's fish in there. Online profiles, work those. Third-party referral sites. Those are non-negotiables. And please, please, please attend this exclusive training. It's for you. It's organic. It's not canned. We're so happy to do it. I love that you guys are here. We have an unbelievable crowd today. We got 30 people in the room. Folks, that's a big, big, big number. I've sat in a lot of meetings and rarely do you see this much attendance. We expect it to increase. You guys are all a very important part of the organization. We're working behind the scenes to improve everything that we're already doing, which is phenomenal already. But our goal is just for everybody to crush it. And that's what we're here for. Zenlist, sign up, call up Zenlist, get on there, do a tutorial. I did a walkthrough. It was great. They'd answer any questions you have. You know, it doesn't sound as good until you talk to them, but it really is VIP service for your buyers. They're going to love it. They're going to feel special. They're going to get more motivated in their search. And it's tailor-made. It's custom made where you're the only broker that they see. That's not the case on Zillow. That's not the case on Redfin. That's not the case on Realtor. That's not the case on all the online real estate website portals. You're exclusive on Zenlist, and it's the cream of the crop. It's really good, and I think it's priced fairly. So I can't tell you enough. I would put that as number 5 on the reminder list. And then I'm going to put this letter up there, and that is all I have for today. We got Patrice, right? Looks like she's got an appointment with Zenlist. Boom. What script you utilize? Andrew, I'm going to send that to you. I'm going to send you guys scripts. We're gonna house them. I think Matt and Rick will kind of work on where we're gonna house them, but I'm gonna unload all the scripts that we have and organize them for you. We're also gonna have all these videos recorded as well, so you guys could refer back to them. But yeah, I'll have all the scripts that you guys need for everything. It's all here for you. If you guys need text, any questions, a few of you have reached out to me separately. I love the reach outs. If you guys, you know, usually a good day for me, if you guys ever want to jump on the phone, you know, for like a half hour or so, my best day is Wednesday. So if you guys ever wanted to set up a time with me, Wednesday is perfect for me. I could be available other days, but Monday's usually not so good. Tuesday's not great. Wednesday, or even some weekend time. So I would be more than happy to talk to any of you guys. Without further ado, KV Core Mastery, top producer. This girl is going to quintuple her volume from last year. And a lot of it, almost all of it, is just doing this stuff. It's all it is. And she's super talented. But Nikki, it's all yours.
Well, thanks, Eric. That was a fabulous introduction. I appreciate that. So I'm just going to kind of piggyback today off of what Eric is talking about in this lead follow-up. And the KV Core system really does do a lot of the work for you when you have it set up correctly. And the KV Core system is based off of what's called like the FOG behavioral model. And basically that behavior equals motivation, ability to do something, and then a prompt to make that action happen. So the KV Core system is based off of, you know, setting up these campaigns and touching these leads enough times with the right information based off what they're looking for. So that's why it's so important to have these behavioral automations set up correctly in your system. I'm not going to show anything like super brand new. All of this stuff is stuff that I've shown in previous meetings, and we'll go into a little more in depth with those in the future as well. And as always, if anybody has any questions, let me know. So basically the whole point of the KV Core system is to not only keep in touch and keep those touches with those new leads that are coming in, but also reminding you when you're busy and you're running around, oh, hey, I have this warm lead. Maybe give them a call today, shoot them a text, send them a property search alert, something like that to keep you at top of mind all the time so that they're the one that they reach out to when they finally see the house that they want to look at or are ready to sell their current home.
Are you using a screen? Because I'm not seeing your stuff.
I haven't shared it yet. I'm gonna be taking over Eric's face again in 1 second.
Awesome.
I think. Yeah. So I should be in front of Eric now, the main screen. So everything that you can do to set up is found in this marketing autopilot over here. KV Core is doing a system update. So when you log in, your screen may look different. And it might be a little bit newer navigation, but everything's pretty much in the same place. So the behavioral automation is up here on this corner, and that's where you can manage your settings to what the system does when a lead is new, when you have a new, if you want to have certain things happen when a lead is moved from one status to another. So this is automatic communication that's sent out to your contacts when they do specific things on your site. So that's all listed down here. They revisit after 14 days, visits the site 5 times in the last week, viewed 5 properties, viewed 10 properties, favorites a property. And what it does is the system automatically will send out a text message, just generic script rather. So this is for when a lead revisits after 14 days. Hey, how's it going? I'm glad you were able to spend some time on my site again. Looks like you're doing a few different home searches. I'll research the areas and set up property alerts for anything on the top of the market, anything specific you're looking for. So it automates these messages to go out to the leads to keep that constant contact. You can pick how you want these to go out. I have it turned off for the active leads, just because those are people that I'm already talking to and already in contact with. Same thing with the clients or somebody who's under contract, because you could be talking to someone and you already know everything they're looking for, and it will automatically send them the same text message, or, you know, they favorites a property. Hey, you favorited on my site. You want more info about it? And they've already reached out to you. So just not to double up or to kind of look silly sending these canned responses when you've already gotten that information from that new lead. So what I have over here is turned on when a new lead or a prospect responds to one of these messages, to move that lead to active so that it doesn't send them any more of those canned responses. And that's just to keep the continuity, and so that you're not sending multiple messages in one day unintentionally. The second way that this system is really awesome with keeping in touch with clients is the search alerts. And I touched on that, I think last week. That's in the same place in the marketing autopilot here. And you can set up search alerts with different hashtags, and it'll automatically send these search alerts to those new leads anytime a new lead is entered into the system with that hashtag attached. So anytime I get a new property boost lead and this hashtag is attached, it automatically sets up the search alerts to send to that new lead, and updates. You know, you can edit that whether you want it to be daily or weekly or however often you want those property search alerts to be sent through. And then obviously KV Core has the calling system on your dashboard. You can pick up your phone and just call and text from your regular phone, but you do have a smart number that's associated with the KV Core system. And the system is set up to give you your calls for the day and give you the, you know, how long it's been since you've talked to them, the last time, what triggered the alert for you to call this lead, and then whether or not that lead has been called. And you can call directly from here by clicking on the call button. And what that will do is it'll bring up this box here. And this box, if you click call now, KV Core will call your cell phone and then connect you directly with this lead. And that way that call is logged into the system. And you can log the call.
Nikki, sorry to interrupt. Nikki?
Yeah.
Really quickly. So would you advise calling from that number, much like the smart number? Because it's more recognizable,
so
more consistent?
This would be calling from the smart number. I found that when you call from the smart number and then follow up with one of the KV Core automated texts, it seems a lot less spammy than if you're calling from the KV Core smart number or texting from the KV Core smart number and then also texting and calling from your personal cell. It can seem like it's like spam and not that it's an actual person calling. Once KV Core calls your phone and you are connected, whether it's to the person or to their voicemail, you can log the call in here, type in whatever notes, whether or not you've contacted them, if it's a bad number, and that just kicks the number out of the system altogether. So you don't have to worry about, you know, wasting time on trying to call a number that's no good. Or if it's the wrong person completely, you can take that information out of the system. The other way to make the calls through the system is through the lead directly in the Smart CRM. And that gives you a little different option that's not available if you do it from the dashboard. As soon as my screen loads here. So if you go to the lead here and click on the new call button, it gives you an option here to schedule a call. So you can schedule reminders for yourself for when you want to schedule these calls, and you can sync it with your Google Calendar. You can set it up to repeat weekly, monthly, yearly, just to remind you to call this lead up and to have that contact and that touch. And then there's also, if you haven't done it yet already, I suggest downloading the mobile app, which you can, if you go on like the app, what is that called, on the App Store on the iPhone, and I'm not sure what it's on the Google or Android phones. It should be available, and if you're on your KV Core website on your phone, you can download the app from there. What the app does is it's basically your whole dashboard in your pocket. You can call leads from there, you can text them from your smart number, you can call them from your smart number. You can also update their search alerts, update their profiles. It's basically having your computer in your pocket. So if you're, waiting at the doctor's office and you've got an hour in between something, and you can just give them a call on the go so you stay productive and stay top of mind. Let me see what else I have here. The other way to keep in touch is, and we've gone over this before, is the mass text messages and mass emails. And those are really helpful because you can schedule those and kind of set it and forget it. But you can also personalize them and filter it through. Send your closed clients price valuations. You can send featured properties and set reminders to send these mass emails. And just as a reminder, that can be found in the Smart CRM. This mass email, mass text message, you select the clients that you want to send that to, or leads that you want to send that to. And then you can use one of the canned emails, or you can write your own email up and include whatever links to whatever you want to include in there. And it will tell you up here if some of these leads don't have valid email addresses or they've unsubscribed. It'll just tell you how many of the ones you selected aren't going to receive that email, just for information. And then one more thing I wanted to go over too was that you do have a blog on your website. And I know we had talked in the beginning about Keeping Current Matters is one of the blog sites that, or information sites that I use and I subscribe to. You can just copy and paste those blogs right into your blog webpage. So this is the article from Keeping Current Matters that I have today. If you just copy the post here, and then when you're in your KV Core add post, you just paste it right in. So I'll show you what that looks like with the new one. Hold on. If you guys don't already have Keeping Current Matters, I think, what is it, like, Eric, like $30 a month? It's not very expensive.
Yeah, $39.95.
Okay, and it has tons of great content. There's infographics for your Instagram, there's social graphics for Facebook, there's all these blog sites. You get your personalized homepage as well. But
it
then
really gives you,
also,
it really gives you all the content you should ever need. And
yeah.
It makes you look like a pro, which you are. And I would say maybe 10 to 20% of the brokers have it. So you'll see some of them posting this stuff, but there's so much there. And it's also great for marketing yourself. They have buyer and seller guides, which are branded to you, and monthly newsletters. Yeah,
monthly market reports, things like that. What you would do is copy this post. And it should tell me when I clicked on monthly reports on accident. Hold on. Go back. Pick the blog post you want. Copy the post, and then going in here, add post. And you can do your own blogging if you're a big blogger and you do that, you're something that you're comfortable writing your own content for. Otherwise, literally just copy and paste, and that's something that you're allowed to do with your membership, is just post all that information wherever it is, wherever you want to post it. Should have picked one with a less long title.
Excuse me, ma'am. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, ma'am, I'm not able to see any video. I'm in the boardroom one. So how exactly do I get to the video part?
It's just the screen up front. Can everybody else see the screen?
I'm not able to see any screen.
Yes, I can see.
Click on screen Zoom, and then click on the second one.
Okay.
You got it now?
I think Burzen's on his phone, guys, so I don't think he'll be able to see the screen.
Okay.
Oh, that may be the
Yeah.
case.
Yeah.
It looks like he's on his phone. Burzen,
No, I'm
you
on an
won't be-
iPad.
Oh,
I'm
you're
on an iPad.
Oh, you're on an iPad. Okay.
Yeah, you should be able to
So
see
I
it on
mean-
an iPad.
Yeah, so I'm sorry to disrupt the meeting, but I'm in the boardroom one. So now how do we do it? Because it gives me no, it says sort by activity and sort by name. That's all.
I'm
not sure where he is. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
think,
need to get on the
Burzen, I
laptop.
think even on the iPad, you might be just on the app, which only allows you to see the board.
Correct.
It's essentially only audio like Clubhouse, but if you can get it EXP World downloaded on a workstation or laptop, then you'll be able to come into EXP World and see the screens.
Right, sir. Right. Please carry on. Thank you so much.
Yep, no problem. So once
Thank you.
you've uploaded that blog, it puts it on your website. And the nice thing about that is it also prompts them with the property search here. So you know, they're looking and they're like, oh, this is all really good information. Let's contact this. And that's this realtor, or search for my own home. So just a nice thing that you don't have to create your own blog content for your website if you have a service like Keeping Current Matters or another sort of content builder for your website. And it's also just on the main page of your front-facing EXP website down at the bottom as blog posts. And that's a good way to keep in touch. You can also use this to do mass emails, send that out to your database, send that out to your new leads, providing, and Eric and I have talked about this before, is providing that really good content, that good information to keep in touch with your database. The other options are third-party referral sites, or third-party sites that you can refer your leads out to, but that's something that we'll talk about later. And if somebody wants to get into that, there is, forget where that's at. I'll have to pull that up a different time. This Get More Leads button in the lead engine. So kind of just a quick down and dirty overview of all of the options that KV Core has for you to be able to keep in touch with all of your leads. And once you have all of those smart campaigns set up and you have those behavioral automations running, the system is more responsive the more information that you have in. They are, like I said earlier, they're doing a update to the KV Core system, and we will be getting this option for playbooks here in the middle. And Eric, I thought I would be able to do it live today, but it looks like this is not updated yet. This option just went live on the 3rd, so yesterday. But basically what it is promoting your listing through the KV Core system, and it gives you step-by-step of the best ways to promote your listing through doing the property boosts, through setting up search alerts, and then you're able to save those playbooks and use them over and over again with new listings that you have.
I'm just gonna let me interrupt for 1 second. Sorry, Nikki. This is effing incredible, because I'm sure. First of all, Nikki, thank you for bringing this up. This looks awesome. I mean, if you could have a step-by-step, even to this day, like there's a lot of stuff we do manually as listing agents, and I have my own playbook written out, but like to have something here that's electronic, that's within the KV Core system, and I guarantee you could share it with your seller clients as well. This is hugely valuable. Love it.
So
Can't wait till it's up and running.
There's seven plays that it's organized into, and 3 different categories. So you announce your listings, and then leveraging your social media are the middle plays, and then the end is the follow-up and communication. It also notifies agents about your listing when you put it in there, sets you up with listing announcement emails, helps you, reverse prospect, find matching buyers. So it's really going to be a super awesome system. And once it's up and running and available for everybody, I'll run through this in real time in a future meeting. So, I mean, we're kind of running early today. I don't have a lot of extra information. I was going to open it up to see if anybody had any specific questions that I could answer. If not, I'll turn it back over to Erik.
Real quick, I missed it because I was being distracted by my 2-year-old. But in regards to the smart number versus our actual phone number, what was the solution not to appear spammy there?
So the way I've been handling it, and it's been working out pretty well, is that all of my initial contact to any new lead that comes in through KV Core that's not a manual lead, manual add-in for me, I use the KV Core number until that lead becomes more of a client, when we're going to see more properties and we're looking at making offers. And then I would give them my personal cell phone once you've made that solid connection. It just seems like I get a better response as well back if I'm contacting just from one number versus two separate numbers. Any of my manual leads or any of my sphere of influence people, I'll generally contact them through my personal number, because those are people who already know me or clients that I'm already working with, already have my information. And you can still log those calls, even if you don't call from the smart number, you call from your own number. When you're in the lead or in the contact and make a new call, you can just log the call here and say contacted from personal cell phone, and then that note is attached to that contact, so that if you need reference in the future of what number you called them from, so you can stay consistent. But I think it's the consistency that's key there, of not seeming spammy by calling from multiple different numbers. And if they call the smart, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, so when we use the dashboard and the actions menu, whether we're texting or calling, it's gonna come from our smart number. And when we don't want to do that, we just basically need to dial it ourselves.
Correct. And if they call this smart number back, it will go directly to your cell phone. So it doesn't get lost in limbo, and that they won't be able to recontact you. So if you call from your smart number, it shows up as this number that you have listed in your KV Core system, but when they call that, it'll be rerouted directly to your cell phone.
And then the way to turn off the text messages is what did you say to do to the contact?
So that's in marketing under behavioral automations up here in the corner. And you manage your settings. I have it set up so that when I contact a new lead or a prospect and they actually respond to my actions, it moves them to an active lead. And then they won't be sent the behavioral notifications for, to have multiple texts after you've already talked to them before. And you can set this up how you want it. If you think that this is too much and you would just rather have the agent alert set out, for a few of these, you can toggle these on and off to your preference. I like to have them all on because it reminds me to contact these leads because they've been active and they're looking more, or a lead that hasn't been on the website in 2 months is now back on the website looking at properties. So I like to have those notifications to just kind of keep me on track for keeping in touch with these leads. You can set that up however you'd like, and you can turn it on and off whether you want it to send you an alert or you just want the system to do its own thing.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Awesome.
No problem.
Hey, Nikki.
Yeah.
Oh, does anyone have a question? So Nikki, you know what I would love? Could you show us just one time? Can you show us I think it's under business analytics, your lead capture, your cost per lead, and what sources are pulling in the most action for you?
So this business analytics page is really awesome. And if you haven't checked it out yet, it gives you a lot of information. But you go under source performance. I believe that's where it's at. And it gives you this awesome graph and a breakdown of numbers of what lead source they're coming in from, and what percentage of those leads become active or become clients or are under contract. Property Boost is killer. Make It Rain has been great. I'm working with 2 people right now from Make It Rain. But the Property Boost really has some really awesome numbers. That's this light purple here. And the agent website has some pretty good response as well. The other thing I think that you're asking about, Eric, is the Property Boost.
Yeah. And like the Property Boost on that graph has phenomenal numbers. That's the peak in most of your graphs.
Yeah. So this is my Property Boost dashboard. And Property Boost, you don't pay for up front. You pay for the leads up front, but it's like, you know, as little as $45. So I've gotten 189 leads at about $4 a lead, and 24,000 impressions on these properties that I have boosted, and these are our listings. And you can just see here, like 19 leads, 38 clicks, 189. This was only running for 3 days. So I ran this for, this one was running for a week, and I got 19 leads in a week. And probably like 3 or 4 of them are responsive, which is a pretty good number. Out of 19.
Good number.
Yeah. And this is awesome. Like the Property Boost, if you guys haven't done it yet with your listings, you can boost any of the company listings as well. Obviously check with the listing agent, but I don't see why they would have a problem with you advertising their listing for free on their end. Obviously you'd be paying for it up front, but you can boost any of the company leads as well, which is awesome, because then those are leads that are coming right into your dashboard and are directly to you. And the great thing about the Property Boost is that it does force a phone number, so you get a phone number with every lead, so that contact is important in the follow-up.
And also really quickly, those leads are astonishing. I mean, 189 leads for an average price of $4.40 a lead. I know I talk about this a lot, but at Zillow, I was paying $200, $300 per lead, and crappy leads. These leads are actually better and 50 times cheaper. If you guys consistently market your listings, other people's listings, Property Boost, you can do the squeeze pages for free. There's all sorts of things you could do through KV Core. Make It Rain. It's like a Google product. You can do a $250 a month. You can do a $500 a month product. But I mean, that is a lion's share of leads. And if Nikki has 189 leads over the past, we'll call it 4 months.
Yeah, not even since probably March, beginning of March.
Beginning of March. Okay,
yeah.
So we're talking 10 weeks, 189 leads, 18 leads per week. So we'll stick with that 190 lead figure. We'll say 15% are good, because that's the industry standard. 15%. I mean, that's a good amount of leads. That's like 28 leads that you should be working with. I know that everybody in this room will be more than fine with having 30 closings this year.
Hey, can I say something really quick?
Of course.
Sure.
Okay, first of all, I am like extremely pumped up because I have seen a lot of these back in my my EXP and my KV Core and all that, but I knew about them but didn't really know about them. But I just have to say, Nikki, you are awesome, and if you can do trainings like on each of these, you teach so well, and like it's so easy to explain. You're right to the point. I would love to see and hear you actually train on these, like, you know, maybe some of our sessions be like completely on, you know, say like Make It Rain, or, you know, on Property Boost or something like that. But I just want to give you kudos for that, because you're like an awesome trainer.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That means a lot to me. And absolutely, we can definitely set something up like that, where we have some strictly KV Core sessions. Eric, if you're on board.
100% on board. Yes. So everybody wants me to shut up and let Nikki run KV Core. Yes. Are you kidding me? That'd be great.
Coach. That's awesome. She's great on tech. Awesome.
Thank you.
I
And
totally
honestly,
agree.
I was with Century 21 affiliated with Eric before we came over to EXP, and they were using Zap as their client management system. And one of my kind of gripes about it was that it wasn't user friendly, and it wasn't as automated or wasn't as connected as I wanted it to be. And this KV core system, I told Erik as soon as we switched over, I'm like, this is amazing. Like, everybody should be using this. It's super easy to use. It's super responsive. The behavioral automations are great, and it's allowed me to stay on top of all of these leads that I have coming in. Yeah, it's a lot of volume, but because the system does so much for you, it allows you to carry more volume, more people, more leads that are coming in, and still manage them effectively and give them the best service possible, which I think is huge. And you're not forgetting about someone getting lost in the weeds because the system kicks up and just says, hey, call this person, text this person. You know, they're still looking at houses. Don't let them go. But it really is an awesome system, and I encourage all of you to kind of just monkey around with it. And like Erik says, make a mess.
Yeah, yeah. And we will always, Patrice, we will always have a large share of our exclusive organizational trainings going forward. We're going to have like 30 to 40 minutes dedicated to KV Core. So if there's KV Core Mastery that Nikki's going to teach, I agree. She's a phenomenal instructor, a natural, like right to the point, answers the questions. Like it gets me pumped up as well. There's so many things we can do with KV Core. If you guys have a special thing that you all want to work on for a particular session, please let us know. You know, send in the workplace chat, put it down here. Let us know what you guys want to get more comfortable in, and we will gladly instruct on it for sure. We'd love to do that.
Absolutely.
Does anybody have any, we're kind of going backwards. We're running it up against time a little bit. We got about 10 minutes left. We might let class out a little bit early. Does anybody have a couple wins, personal or professional, that they could share to help us close it out?
Yeah, I'll share
number
my recent
12.
win. I waited about 5 months to take my real estate test here in California. Recently, a date popped up, so I drove 12 hours round trip with my wife to Fresno. Passed it on the first try, so I am fully onboarded with EXP and extremely excited about that.
Way to go. That's awesome.
My man! Judley's my boy. We grew up together. Known him since I was 8 years old, 9 years old. Went to overnight camp together, went to college together, played hoops together. One of my closest friends on the planet. He's got a great social networking presence. He's currently a kickboxer. Just a gorgeous person inside and out. John, I'm so happy for you, man. Great job persisting. Great job taking that road trip and getting it done. Let's make it happen, buddy. Congratulations, man. Love you.
Thank you all. Love you too, bro.
Erik, were you a radio host or something?
Was I a radio host?
Yeah, you have
Oh my-
such an awesome voice for that, like for hosting on radio. I just thought about that. Sorry, but you
Thank
just sound
you.
really awesome with that.
Oh my God. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I actually have a better singing voice.
You're going to have to start singing again before our meetings start.
Ooh, don't, baby, please don't go. Okay, I'm done. Thank you, Patrice, for that comment. I appreciate it. I've never been on radio. I actually think Andrew's got a really strong voice. That guy could be on radio. No question. Andrew?
Thank you. Appreciate that.
There he is. Anybody else? Does anybody else have a win? Let's do a walkout win. Judd, that was awesome. Anybody personal is fine. Professional, anything you want to share, let us know.
Yeah, last night signed a listing, Op City. Just got to get the paint done and some flooring. We're good to go.
Yeah.
Awesome. Way to go.
There we go. Folks, sign up for that third-party referral sites. Op City works. Op City is incredible. It's a lot of opportunity for us. The more you do good for Op City, the more they'll do good for you. So, Andrew, that's fantastic. You've been dominating with Op City. You've taken all the necessary steps to up your profile with them. That's absolutely incredible, man. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Anybody else? Ricky Kagan, I know you got to win, dude.
Rick,
I guess not.
Rick could be he's recording the session, but he may still be.
Okay, cool. Anybody else?
I'm all in on a DJ radio voice battle between you and AB Valderrama.
Are you kidding me? AB would crush me. I'm nowhere in his league. I maybe sound good for 40 minutes. He sounds good all day long. No, there's no contest. I don't want to get in on that. I'll participate, but I'll put all my money on AB. Anybody else? Wins?
I have a win. It's Charlie Fowler from Las Cruces, New Mexico, part of the agency group. And my win, I got to tell you folks, man, it's COVID changed my life. Moved from California, Monterey County to Las Cruces, got my license, interviewed some brokerages, met some folks with EXP, and that's my win right there. This is a fantastic place, and I'm so excited to build an entire new career with your support. I'm very, very pleased and excited to be here. Thank you.
Oh, I love it. Charles, I love it. Welcome. Welcome. Welcome to the organization. So excited to have you. I appreciate that. Appreciate those kind words. And we're gonna help you and work with you to take your business wherever you want it to go. That's what we're here for. So excited for your commentary, your energy, and your kind words. And welcome to the organization. Anything you need in the future, reach out to us. The workplace chats. You should have my contact information, all that good stuff. And just fired up to see you grow, man. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you all.
It's our pleasure. Anybody else? Close out with a win. We'll probably close early. Give me one more win.
Well, this is Roger. I got my first listing Saturday before last. So I'm new to EXP. Also got a renter in, got a contract signed for that. So both things happened the same week. But what I need help with is the verbiage or things to do to win. I've written a couple contracts and haven't won one yet for a buyer. I get beat out by $2,500 or a washer and dryer.
Yeah.
So maybe some good things that we could use. The last one I got beat up by $2,541. So,
okay. Oof. 25. How much was the property? What was your offer for?
It was $285.
Okay, so 285.
We offered $292, $459.
Okay.
And this one I hadn't heard. The buyer offered to pay $10,000 of the seller's commission.
Wow. Yeah, wow. So that is creative. That's definitely creative. I've seen a lot of that. There's a lot of creativity going on where people are foregoing their commissions on the buy side if they're kind of investors and they have a relationship with the client. Maybe they buy more than one property, or maybe they're going to rehab it and list it. I've seen that. I've definitely seen creative stuff like that. I would say sometimes it's just not meant to be. Sometimes you reach far, you reach high, and it doesn't happen. And it doesn't necessarily mean that that's a bad thing for your clients. It sounds like somebody overpaid here. And it sounds like a lot of people are overpaying. There's going to be a point in time where all these properties that all these buyers won on in this crazy seller's market with 2 months of inventory nationally, where these people are going to have negative equity, or their properties are not going to grow and appreciate the way they should. They're going to appraise out, because appraisers are instructed to have like a moving target with these properties and say, hey, you might not have comps in the last 3 months, but the market's getting hotter with each passing month. So appraisals don't become a problem, but valuations might in the future. With that being said, it's obviously with real estate law, you can't know where the other offer is.
Correct.
I think one thing that works really well for me on a personal level, with buyers, is that obviously write the offer right away. You go to a property, you write that offer right away. Tell your clients that's imperative. Call the listing broker. I don't know how it's set up, multiple offers, this or that. But also, I would probably try to initiate a clause, an escalation clause. And what it could do, and it's kind of depends on if your client was willing to do it. But let's say your client was willing to pay $300 for this property. Let's just say they were. He said, say to them, hey, what's the number that you're okay paying, and what's the number you're okay walking away at? And the client says, you know what, 298, 299. So what you could do is you write your offer the way you had it for 292, 293. That's your offer. I would never, ever wipe out an inspection. Inspection should always be part of the property. That's way too crucial to ever eliminate that contingency, in my opinion. You certainly can discuss potentially on the finance end, eliminating an appraisal contingency can make you look more attractive. And that means the client would have to come to the table with cash for the difference between appraised value and contract value. So if the property was appraised at 280 and the contract was 290, they'd have to come to the table with $10,000. They would just kind of have to know the drill there. But the last piece, the first piece, is really the escalation clause. So maybe, and I can't speak 100% for this situation, but maybe the client would have been fine going up to 299. And what you could do is you can write your offer. So you have your offer for 292. Then you include an addendum called an escalation clause, and you say, I'm willing to go up to 299 as my ceiling, $1,000 higher than the next competing offer, which needs to be shown to you. So I think an escalation clause is just one other piece you maybe could have put in there. I don't know if you would have won. I have no idea, but I think it does increase your probability.
Yeah, everything you said, I agree with 100% because that's what I went through with the buyer. And this is the second time we've written it off and the second time we've lost in this market. Okay. The last time we actually tied on the money, but my buyer wanted the washer and dryer and the other guy didn't.
Holy cow.
So we lost out from a washer and dryer perspective, right?
Oh my gosh. So, you weren't kidding.
So I've been writing offers and I've been getting people out there, but it's just it's a tight market. I mean, people are pulling stuff out of their what to get a house, and I'm like, I agree with you. It's what are they going to do next year, the year after next? Yeah. But thank you for that wisdom.
Yeah, absolutely. And are you familiar? Have you used an escalation clause before?
No, sir.
Okay. So what I'm going to do, I got your name. I'm going to send you an escalation clause. It's just it's literally a Microsoft Word doc, and it's got the wording in there. I'm going to send it so you have it. I certainly think that's something your buyers will want to move forward with, and I think it's just another tool to have in your toolbox.
It's funny because she was just like you. She said she was like that song. If it's what is it? It'll be, if it's something, I forgot what it was now. If it's going to be, it'll be something like that.
Yeah.
And that's what she said. She said that maybe this one wasn't meant to be.
Yeah.
Or the other one either.
Yeah. And it might happen 8-9 times. It might happen a lot, and it's frustrating and it's really difficult to be a buyer's broker right now.
Yes.
Like, I don't think people in the community are like, oh, you must be crushing it, Gimbel. Oh my God, the real estate market, you must be so busy making a ton of money. No, actually, it's pretty stressful right now because if I have, 7-8 listings, whatever it is, I got 3 times as many buyers. And you kind of live what they're going through, but times how many that you have. The buyer that you have is only dealing with their situation. You might have it 3, 5, 10, 20, 30 times, and it makes for a very stressful day-to-day, no question. I do think another thing that'll help you, sign up for that Zen list.
I'm going to.